My name is Dave White. I'm a writer, and I live in Los Angeles. I grew up in southeastern New Mexico. When I was 17 years old, in 1982, my family was living in a little town called Hobbs, right on the border of Texas and New Mexico. My after-school job at that moment was bagging groceries in the supermarket up the street from our house. I did not like this job. I was supposed to make small talk with customers all the time, and I was not good at that. But there were two checkers who were, a woman named Marlene, who was bawdy and who told sex stories all the time, which I was endlessly fascinated by, and a very nice man named Ed, who was the deli manager, but who filled in as a cashier when we got busy. Ed looked kind of like Ed Asner from the Mary Tyler Moore Show, like a human bulldog. Stocky, beefy, not gay, the way we think of gay from television, which meant he flew under the radar, kind of. Also, the kind of man that I was unusually drawn to in ways that I could not understand. Later in life, I would come to know that that's a bear, and that's what I liked. And all I knew then, though, was that Ed was nice. So nice, in fact, that one night, while we were working, he started asking me what I did after work, and where did I hang out, and did I want to come over and hang out at his house. There were rumors that Ed was gay, but I didn't believe them because, look at him, he looks like Ed Asner. Those guys aren't gay. They play football. I was also so sexually locked down and confused because of my involvement with the Baptist church that I didn't quite understand the weird sexual charge I got when he asked me what I was doing after work and did I want to come hang out. Part of me thought maybe he had a wife, they were swingers, and I really needed to lose my virginity. In spite of what the kids at church would say about Jesus saving them from promiscuity, the way they talked about it made it sound like the coolest thing in the world, and that was one sin that I was ready to commit just to say I had gotten it over with. So I go to his house. He lives with his brother. There is no wife. He offers me a beer. I take a sip. I immediately feel guilty because, again, I'm in the church and you're not supposed to drink. I sipped it anyway. He asks me if I want a tour. That tour begins in his bedroom. In the bedroom, he takes off his shirt. And I think this is reasonable because he's the deli manager. And he is near those rotisserie chickens all day long. And those make you smell like a rotisserie chicken by the end of your shift. But he doesn't put on another shirt. The shirt stays off. He looks really good. He put his hand on my head, kind of played with my hair a little bit, told me I was cute. And then he put his hand on my shoulder, and I said, "What are you doing?" Like I'm going to bark and get him to go away. And he says, "Why don't we go to the living room?" So we go to the living room, we sit on the couch, and he says, "Perhaps you've guessed by now that I'm gay." And I said, "Well, I'm not. No. And thank God, I'm not." And he said, "Okay. I thought you were. And maybe in the future you will come to understand that you might be, because there are reasons I thought you were. You are with me all the time at work." And I said, "Well, because I think you're nice." He said, "Well, okay." And I said, "I gotta go. I won't tell anyone." And that was, I realize now, was a very good thing for me to have the presence of mind to say to him, because it allowed him not to worry. Because in 1982, in a small town, just saying the words, "I'm gay," was enough to get you fired from any and every job, except, hairdressing. And it's still that way now. You live in a small town, there are no laws protecting you. Some little rural place. They'll kick your ass right out of that town. The next day, I went back to work. I avoided Ed's register. I went to Marlene's register. And she looked right at me, and she said, "I saw you leave last night with Ed. Did you sit on his pecker?" I was like, No! I can feel my face just turning red, 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 red. Like those rotisserie chickens. Just that burning hot. I did not go back to her register anymore either. That was the end of my relationship with both of them as an employee. I learned how to make small talk a little more with the less than talkative cashiers. It wasn't until years later that a Christian therapist forced that issue again. Of all people, that Christian therapist helped me figure things out. And he helped me feel good enough to say goodbye to the church, which was pretty much ready for me to leave. Anyway, I think if there's any application to this now, the reason it's so indelible to me, the reason I remember it so vividly, is it makes me think about people who are, still stuck in little towns like that. If you are stuck in a little town like that, find the other queer people. Be nice to them. If you think they're hot and you're consenting, have sex with them. Be happy. The gay brotherhood demands this of you. Enjoy your life.